You look so thrilled by life right now. Hello, everyone. Say hello to the everyone.
Hi, everybody.
So, yeah, here we are.
We're here.
We're here.
Not there, but
A-Dog is repping the Bad Co today. And I'm repping the Dunedain today. Because, you gotta rep your peeps.
Yes.
Right?
No.
And Loki is here. Hi.
I support all silver foxes.
Hi, baby. Do you want to say hi to the people on the line? Yeah, he wants to play. That's what he wants. So while we're waiting for people, as per usual, we're going to cover up A-Dog's face with the Craigslist.
Hi, baby.
Loki, baby, calm down. Be quiet. You gotta be
Sweetheart,
quiet.
it's 90 degrees outside. We're not going out to play. I'm sorry.
It's too hot outside. So first we got this paintball case. This is brandy new. What we got going on here? Hard shell paintball case. That's quite a description.
$40, I don't know, but it looks like a nice case.
It is a very nice case. I don't know if it's worth $40. I don't know what makes it specifically a paintball case as opposed to...
Well, it definitely looks like it's got a hopper holder and barrel holders. I don't know what gun you're fitting in that section, though.
I guess it could be... That could be the hopper, and then you put the gun standing up there, and you put your barrel over there. Huh.
I wouldn't pay $40.
Yeah, I don't think I'd pay $40, but I mean, it's a huge case.
Yeah,
that's the problem for me, is that it's just too big.
Because it
I don't
gives you
lug that
dimensions. It's 18.75 by 19 by 12.
Yeah, that's big. I don't want to lug that around.
A foot by a foot.
You're gonna keep your gun nice and safe, that's for sure. You have a nice safe gun there. Let's see. $123 for an assortment of goodies. Lots of gear for sale. So let's see. Elbow pads, mask plus extra lenses, dye pants, dye jersey, pod pack, etc. So in this picture we've got a gravity fed 50 cal or 68 cal, a bunch of barrel socks, one of those things you put in the back of your tank, a gripper. This looks like a dye rotor, just original.
Yeah, but there's
some
two?
Grease.
Are those the two?
One freak barrel, one freak insert. What are you asking?
There's two toppers.
Two tops. Two new
Is
tops.
That two tops for that rotor?
It's for the original.
That rotor looks pretty old.
Some Exalt cleats. Some Exalt
elbow
pads.
Laces? Do you get laces with those cleats, or are you just supposed to?
Yeah, you could put any cleat. You could put any laces on those. And then this is the piece of an old hopper. I don't know why he's even bothering with that. V4 grills look decent but old. Like they look used is what it is. An old beat up bag that would still, I'm sure, work just fine. That looks like a pretty decent harness.
Yeah. Those look like nice
decent pants, although they're super bright, so like you really want to get shot if you're wearing those. Same with the jersey. So no, I would not pay $123 for that. But I mean, none of it's bad stuff, but it's not.
It's not ridiculous.
I don't think it's $123 worth.
I wouldn't classify it as the most ridiculous thing we've ever seen.
I am selling 2 paintball markers. The first is a Tippmann A5 with electronic trigger. It also includes an Apex barrel, a 12-inch barrel, and the original short barrel. It comes with the original hopper and the stealth hopper. Why is he capitalizing hopper here? I thought it was an accident over here, but he did it over here again too. So it has a forward tank mount and a solid stock. The second marker is a Brass Eagle Marauder. They both have custom paint jobs. They both work good.
That's good English.
I'm also including some extras, a pod carrier and pods.
More better English.
The tanks are included as well. They probably need tested. There, are 2 face masks The one is a V-Force, not sure what the other is. I've included some cleaning supplies with it as well. No pictures. None of all of that added up is nowhere near the $250 that he's asking.
I'll give you
for.
$250 so you can take an English class.
Oh, that's nice of you. Paying for people's education. Let's see. This person wants $75 for a piranha and 2 CO2 tanks and a gravity-fed hopper.
And a visor for a mask.
Oh, and a visor for a mask that's not included, so that's nice.
That's
Yeah, that's worth
appreciative.
like $5, maybe. People are amusing. This is airsoft. This is not paintball. This is airsoft.
It's also $800 for all that.
Well, I don't know what airsoft guns are worth, but I do know. I mean, like I know airsoft is expensive, so I wouldn't be surprised if that was fine. But let's see.
But I won't judge airsoft prices. I don't know things.
Blue Raptor paintball gun, $75. Yep, nowhere near that. That's worth like $5 or maybe $10.
But he'll negotiate.
We'll negotiate. Oh, that's nice. Well, let's see. Paintball. $169. Paintball accessories for sale. 2,000 plus paintballs. 3 CO2 tanks. Electronic hopper. 3 masks. Titman Squad Buster. Cleaning accessories. More available. Please call.
No pictures.
No one's gonna call you, bud. No one wants your paintballs. No one wants your CO2 tanks. Electric hopper. That's very specific. 3 masks, no description of what they are. A Titman Squad Buster. I have no idea what that even is. Cleaning accessories. Yeah, 169. My butt talks. My butt talks. And then the rest of this, I think. Oh, no, wait, this one. A Scorpion paintball marker, $20 beaver. It still has the original box in it. I bet that a collector could get this. $20 is not unreasonable for this if it
Considering
includes the original box.
You spent $25 on your talent.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, so for a collector, because this includes the original box, $20 is not unreasonable for that. So I'm not gonna make fun of this one, because there's no need to.
Do you want a shield for $120?
No, I don't. Not for $120. Maybe for 20. I'd buy it for 20. We need some shields. We'll be talking about that later. Why we need shields and such. But yeah, if they were $20 each, I might buy them. But not for.
I
Not for
also
120
don't feel
or
that
80.
like there should be shields that have police and
Oh
military
well, we'd
police.
spray paint that. We'd get rid of that. Yeah, we would get rid of that. Alright, well, we've made fun of some stuff. How long has it been now?
It's been 7 minutes.
7 minutes.
We got 2 people watching.
We got 2 people watching now,
I
so
don't really know what that means though.
I can make a shield for cheaper.
There you go.
There you go. See, we don't need to buy those for $120. Minion can make a shield for cheaper. Nice. Nice.
Nice.
So what we're going to talk about today is the upcoming. Well, we got a couple of games upcoming, but the one we specifically are going to talk most about today is the biggest game we've ever commanded, right?
Yes.
Yes.
I was thinking about skirmish, but that's not really command. So yes.
Um,
We'll go with yes.
Arguably, because ADOG is number 2 at skirmish for the
But
Ion
we haven't
series,
done that yet.
but we
so-
haven't actually done that yet, or she hasn't actually done that yet because the first one got canceled and Ion hasn't happened yet. So, and may or may not actually happen at all.
Do you want to tell them the sad news
What's sad news?
about
Well, we can mention it, but no one's gonna know who that is.
Okay.
Jake from State Farm, I can make a shield out of solid steel. It would only be a little bit heavy. Jake, yes, that would be quite heavy out of solid steel. If you want to do that, I encourage you to do so. Again, we will get to why. But good luck carrying that around all day. But anyway, so 2 weeks from now, right? 2 weeks from now, on the 20th of this month,
A week from Saturday.
is the next scenario, which is Battles of the Pacific, World War II, by Mission Masters at Three Rivers. So we're pretty excited for that. We have not yet picked a team because we don't know who the commanders are.
But
And
we got flags for both.
we have flags for both sides. We're ready to go on that. We're leaning towards one side or the other. I won't mention who. But basically, if once we find out commanders, that'll really help. And then if someone asks us to be on their side, that'll obviously do it for us. But so that one's gonna be exciting. And I think that's the closest together they've ever done
Yeah.
Mission Masters
I think so.
scenarios.
There's never been
What,
one.
that's about a one.
month
That's only
apart.
1 month apart.
Usually, if they have one in May, they have one in July.
Mm-hmm.
But they're not doing anything in July.
They're skipping July. Skipping July. What's going on, Boo Bud? What are you crying about? He's a whiny pup today. I'm not sure why.
But registration is up.
Yep,
so
registration is open. We have not yet registered because they do ask a preference of color, which we don't currently have preference of color.
Because they haven't released generals yet.
Now, just to mention that for a second, if anyone from Three Rivers watches this at any point, and I actually do intend to talk to Ryan about it. So I was talking to him, was it last year or the year before? I think it was early last year. We were talking about, evening teams out and stuff. Loki, be quiet, baby. Keeping teams even. And I said, well, Skirmish does it when you register. You tell them what team that you want to be on. And they keep track of the numbers and everything. And they actually shut it down if one side gets too heavy, which usually happens for the U.S. team. And for the very next scenario, they had you put your preference on which team color you wanted. Loki, quiet, baby. Loki, quiet. Which was nice to see, but they still don't track the numbers, and they don't shut down one side or the other if there's too many registered for one side. So they took it to a certain point, but not far enough. And so even if we were to register right now for red, we could still go blue, or blue, and we could still go red, and it really would not be an issue in the slightest. But so keep that in mind, guys. You should keep track of the numbers and shut one side down or the other. Try to keep it even.
Also, it is the day before Father's Day.
So bring your daddy out.
Bring your daddies out. I'm trying to get my daddy.
That is all the daddies. No mummies, just the daddies.
Just the daddies. My father, when I asked him about it, asked what he should wear, and I had to explain it to him a little bit. But
so we'll see.
He's ready to go.
We'll see if Bobby Bensavanga shows up. But so that one's coming up next. That'll be fun. And then after that is possibly Ion, but we'll skip over that for now until we know more about it. That would be A-Dog's biggest. She's not commander, but she's second in command. So then
I got some power. A little bit.
Then is
Nom.
Nom. So Nam, Tour of Duty. A-Dog will be general. Unless somebody else from Dunedain wants to general, you're welcome to do so. But Dunedain is generaling, so unless somebody else wants to do it, you're all welcome to do so. But A-Dog will be generaling if not. What, sweet baby boy?
Didn't Dalton tell me that he was XOing?
Yeah, Dalton's XO apparently. So.
Or he told you that he was XOing?
He just kind of announced it.
He just announced he was XOing.
So Dalton, if you want to general instead of XO, you can do that. Or like I said, any Dunedain member we will happily allow you to general. We encourage you to do so actually, but if not, A-Dog will be doing it. And then, so that's Vietnam, and that should be a good time. That's Mission Masters as well. And so yeah, that's one we're generaling. And so please everybody come out to Three Rivers. What's the date on that one?
August 15th.
August 15th. And then shortly after that is
2
today's
weeks, I think.
main topic, which is Hamburger Hill, which is another Vietnam game. She's going all the Vietnams this year. Just let me have control of Phalanx Company and I'll be happy. Is Phalanx a company? Is that P Company? I didn't realize they went up that high. I thought they went through I. I think there were 9 companies per.
I mean, you can have whatever company you want.
But anyway, whatever company you want.
Whatever company you want.
Yeah. So the big one, which would, like I said, it would be our biggest command in that it's 2 days, and so it starts Saturday, ends on Sunday.
And it's, if you've been to IOM, it's going to be very similar to the time frame. I believe we're on field at 11. We play until 5. And then there is camping because it's Fox's Den's family reunion. So we're going to break for about an hour for dinner. And then at 6 o'clock, there's going to be speedball tournaments. There's going to be 3, 5, 7, and 10 man. And then there are going to be amateur beginner tournaments as well that are just for the newbies, the kids, and then there's going to be a sniper tournament as well, and all points won at the tournaments does count towards the scenario. And then they'll probably pick it up around 9, 10 o'clock on Sunday, and it'll be over around 1 or 2 Sunday afternoon because people will have to
Hi, puppy.
return home.
What's going on, Pupper? What, baby?
Basically, he just wants to be in charge of shields.
That's what I've gathered. Minion wants shields. He wants all the shields to be under his command.
I got a place for you.
Now, so they are capping this game at 400 players.
Loki.
Registration is already up. So I strongly recommend that you guys, if you're interested in going, which I want everyone to be there, as many people as possible, both Dunedain and outside of Dunedain, go register. Because, like I said, they're capping it at 400, which I don't know how much of a problem that's really going to be, but hopefully it is a problem. Hopefully we can, get 400 and they have to cut it down.
So, pricing, so that people are aware, and if you are going to choose between Nom and Hamburger Hill, we both want you to be at we want you to be at Hamburger Hill. If you can only pick one.
And again, that goes for Dunedain and non-Dunedain.
Entry is $30. Paint is what you said, $55.
I believe it's $55 per case.
Don't quote us on paint.
Round ball specifically.
For first strikes, you are allowed to bring your own first strikes. Unlimited first strikes you're allowed to bring. However, you have to pay $25 to use them.
Right. So if you bring one first strike, you plan on using it, $25. If you bring 3,000 first strikes, $25. So if you're gonna bring first strikes, they don't sell them there. You need to bring your own. Bring as many as you can because it's still $25 no matter what.
The use of smoke grenades is allowed. However, paint grenades that you would get at P3 are not allowed. They have
even Three Rivers for that matter.
Three Rivers.
Or at a lot of places. They're actually airsoft grenades.
They're Enola Gray, but they are airsoft.
Enola Gay.
Gay?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Enola
Not
Gay.
Gray.
Sorry, hashtag not sponsored by Enola Gay or Gray. They have specific airsoft ones that are charcoal. So within 15 feet, if you are by that grenade that goes off, even if you are in a building and you're on the other side of the wall, you are out.
I thought the building protected you.
No, the building does not protect you.
Well, we'll go over those rules more specifically because I think that's a little weird.
That's what he said, though.
I believe you. I just think it's weird. But yeah, so if you're looking to get grenades, they are an airsoft grenade, but when they pop, they release some charcoal, and so they're not like the regular paint grenades of Three Rivers where it spews paint. They're not like P3s where they pop with paint. These ones pop with charcoal, which, either way, as long as they pop and let people know around them, because the Three Rivers ones are just useless, honestly, because you have to get hit with the paint, which is never going to happen.
And those are $10.
Yeah, they're both $10. Smoke and paint are both, or not paint grenades, but the explosive grenades are both $10.
And there's going to be on-site camping. We haven't decided fully if we are going to be camping, but we're likely to be camping.
It's almost 100% that we will camp out because we're commanding, so like we should be there. If we don't camp out, we won't be leaving until late. It is possible we will drive home because we're only half hour, like 25 minutes from home. So we may go home, sleep in our bed, and then we'll leave late and arrive early. We may do that. It actually might even be easier than setting up tents, to be honest.
And depending on weather, it could be 95 degrees outside. I'm not camping 95 degrees in a field. Nope.
But there's actually a lot of camping space there. Wide open field for camping. It's not that far away. He said they're going to have, at least during the busy times, they'll have a couple of trucks with beds that you can hop in, and that way you don't have to lug your equipment because he does uphill. Up to the staging area.
And there's going to be a lot of events besides the stuff that is going to be counted towards the actual gameplay. There's going to be nighttime events. There's going to be glow in the dark paintballs so you can play at night. So there's going to be a bunch of.
The glow in the dark is not 100% yet. He wants to do that, but that one's not certain yet.
But there's going to be other activities. So if you want to stay and have a good time, my suggestion is make sure you're up at 8 o'clock, ready to go at 9 when that whatever sound goes off that signifies the game start. I don't care. I'll let you stay up.
Yeah, basically, yeah. That's what we always complain about Ion is people stay up so late on Saturday and then they don't. That's why the Germans lose all the time because they're always drunk and hungover and still asleep. So no one wakes up on Sunday to get out on the field.
The majority of our team can't drink. So
you best believe that I will be walking around the campsite at about 7:45 with a loudspeaker and a horn, and I'm blasting that horn and telling all the allies to get up out of bed and get their stuff together because we only have an hour to get on the field. So.
And I haven't checked. Registration should be open.
Registration is open. They have not updated the site. There was another production company that was going to be involved in this. If you look at the registration, you'll see who it is, but I won't mention them. And some things happened. They ended up getting kicked out or dropped out, or I don't know. I think it was a combination of both, really, which is good because we don't like them anyway.
They did it last year.
They did do it last year, yes. And then we were asked to. Yeah, we didn't want to go because of them. Just because they don't put any effort into it, and if you know who I'm talking about, you know what's up. But they just don't put any effort into it. It's not like they're bad people or anything. Their games are no good.
And not to. There was discussion with the person who was writing this scenario. He is still writing it. There's going to be a lot of interesting things to happen, so I don't want to say something that could be wrong, but a lot of fun things could be happening. But I'm going to be excited being in a tent yelling at people.
Yeah, yelling at people. So Dalton said hi, you too. Jake also asked if he can bring an RV. You can bring an RV. I assume you mean for camping. Yes, you are welcome to do that. There's plenty of places for you to put your RV. If you're talking about bringing an RV as a tank, you are allowed to have tanks. An RV probably is not allowed. If anyone wants to build a tank for that, please do. Tanks are allowed. So let's go over the things that are allowed.
Grenades?
Well, grenades, obviously. AT, so anti-tank. Whether there's a tank or not, AT is allowed. And that's going to be very important for bunker busting. So if anyone has AT, please bring that.
I will.
And then swords,
melee
weapons of any kind, as long as they're safe. So foam or something soft, things like that. Actually, Tom, the owner of Steeltown, was telling us that the one time he got meleeed, it was a fly swatter, which is pretty funny.
I just got your PayPal, Minion. Thank you very much.
And then mines are allowed. So if you want to place some mines and make a line out of mines, please feel free to do that.
They can't be pyrotechnic mines?
Yeah, they cannot explode.
But Minion, I need to make sure, are you sitting down? Because you need to be sitting down for our next information.
Sit down, because if you're not sitting down, you're going to fall down.
And I specifically, because I got your back, asked specifically for you, we are allowed to have shields. We're allowed to have as many shields as we want. We are allowed to have shields that have windows in them. They can open up. They can just be the glass paned windows. We are allowed to have as many shields. So balls, if you are listening, you best be there because Minion and Balls are going to be my front line, and I'm tearing down the hill with a bunch of shields.
Well, actually,
We're pushing up the hill.
pushing up the hill, not tearing down the hill.
That works too.
But yeah, so Minion, you are allowed to use both your view port and your gun port on your shield. I think that'll be the first time you're ever allowed to use both of those, so that's exciting. Get to work on making more.
All
Excellent.
of them.
Make as many as possible. If Jake's gonna build some too, great. Make all the shields, because we're allowed to, we're gonna need them going up that hill, I think. So that'll be nice.
Anything that is pretty much gonna make the game interesting, gonna bring people back to the field. Whatever prop you do use, I'm gonna state this now. I know I don't have to tell the people who are actually listening to this at the present moment. Be safe and smart about your props. Don't fling your props. And if you got fly swatters, bring them.
Bring your flash waters.
Just be safe about your shields. Also, everything on your body that gets hit counts.
Right, shield hits obviously don't count, but gun hits do, which I'm not a fan of. But hey, if that's the rules, that's the rules. So gun hits do count, melee weapon hits do count. Basically, if it's attached to you and it's not a shield, it would count.
But he was stating that shield guys, it only can hit your torso. So like.
No, he said anywhere counts.
No.
He was talking about other
I
games where it does.
understand that.
Something I had never even heard of before.
He stated that in other games he has played, torso hits are the only thing that counts for shield players. But he does not want that to be because what is the point? And so if you get hit anywhere on your person or your gun while carrying the shield, you are out. But from my understanding, it's going to be unlimited respawns during the entire day. That may change.
Yeah, so Carl, who's writing it, said that basically you get back to your spawn and you come back in. He said that if one team or the other is like really far ahead, winning, it's not fun at that point. He will slow one or the other if he needs to. I don't know for the beginning of the game. For the first hour and a half or so, it's fairly narrow. Like it's specifically this one portion of hillside that we need to attack before the rest of the field opens up for the rest of the day. And I don't know if during that particular portion, much like D-Day, if he's going to have us unlimited respawn and then have the Viet Cong in this case maybe a little slower. It didn't sound like he's going to, but we'll get more of this information as it comes closer.
It seems that they're very lenient on what you can bring, and I think they want you to sling a lot of paint and play until you can't play anymore.
I'm not sure of the Viking as in like just the round shields. Well, yeah, for cost effectiveness, do whatever you can do. Basically, is what I'm gonna tell you. I would say the preference would be the one you have now. Make like as many of those as possible. But obviously, you can only do so much, and you can only afford so much. So yeah, do whatever you can.
Even the ones during Mayan that were just
that Balls made that were just like planks of wood.
Yeah, they were just planks of wood with like handles on them. Get some OCB.
Yeah, we're thinking OSB.
Sorry, yeah, OSB.
We're thinking, like you said, phalanx, but phalanx have spears, obviously. We're not going to have spears. But yeah, making a shield wall would be a good idea to get up that hill. So as many as you guys can make, please do. Dalton, so you joined afterward. I'm just going to pause our conversation about this one for a moment just to mention, Dalton, do you actually want to be XO for NAM? And if you actually do you want to be general? Or do you actually want to be just XO? Because any of you are welcome to be general if you want to. Minion, that's perfectly fine. Like I said,
do what you can.
Do what you can. Whatever you can do, whatever you can afford, whatever you can make.
we get LOA as well, because that's kind of my plan, is just to have you and Balls lead the charge up the hill.
So while we're waiting for the answer from Dalton, who might have dropped out, we might have to say that again. We'll go back to our topic. So, as you can see right above our heads, locals versus everybody. So, this particular game, well, Jake, we would want them by August 29th, I would say. Yeah.
Most likely.
So, Dalton,
well,
I think
the
you
week
just dropped
before.
out, and now you're back, I think. If you are, type something so I know you're back. But anyway, what was I saying?
You were our locals
Yes,
versus
locals
everybody.
versus everybody else. So this particular game is every year Blues Cruise has a family reunion where they all get together from around the country to play, and this game will be that one, and they are fighting for the Viet Cong. And they're bringing, other teams with them as well, and it's a big thing, which is nice. I'm actually excited to meet a lot of these people because I've heard the names, I've seen videos about them and stuff like that, so it's going to be fun to meet them. But they're all on the enemy team, and so Tom, the owner, who is part of Blues Cruise, and also Carl, who's part of RTM, he's the one writing it, they really want us to get the local teams involved and play because they don't know them as well. And so it basically seems like it's going to be the local Pittsburgh teams against everybody else. So that's going to be exciting. No, the shields are for the game we're talking about, which is Hamburger Hill.
No, you can't bring
Jake,
shields.
pay attention.
You can't bring shields to Ion.
Pay attention. Where's your head?
But if anyone knows somebody with a tank or a go-kart
That we can build a tank
that
out
we
of?
can build a tank out of, they're really not limiting us in anything.
Yep, we asked specifically because we knew people would want to know about all these things. And tanks are allowed, and we asked about mines and all this stuff. Mines were for Paul. Tanks are for her. AT was for me. Grenades are for me. Shields are for Minion. Like, we asked all
We
these
got
questions.
everything.
We asked about shooting children as close as possible in the face. That was for Dalton.
But yeah.
Yeah, so because we went on Sunday morning, we met there about 9 o'clock with Carl to tour the field and everything because it's been about 2 years, I think, since we've been there. And wow, they've done a lot of work in that time. Because the last time we were there,
there was 2 fields. It was the Hyperball and it was Speedball, and that was it. There could have been other things. We didn't go. There could have been a Woods Ball.
I think they had like the Octagon. I think was there. Yeah, so those would work just fine, Minion.
And
the ones I'm thinking of specifically, which are what Paul found before, is it's a tube that has, you put CO2 into it to prime it, and then it's almost like just a sprinkler for your lawn. As it shoots out, there's this little thing with fins on it that the pressure spins it, and then the paint flies around. So, but as long as it doesn't have any pyro in it, so it doesn't like explode or use any kind of explosive, you're welcome to use it. So, yeah. We asked all these questions up, but we met Tom, the owner, and asked him a bunch of questions. We met with Carl and asked him a bunch of gameplay questions. He hasn't finished writing it yet, which isn't surprising. We're still 3 months away. Eric sent me a picture.
probably of
The landmines, probably. And yeah, they did a lot of work.
He sent you a photo, Dan.
I sent you a photo, Dan. Explosions are not part of the fun at the moment because they're not allowed.
And with things that we're not familiar with, I know Paul definitely wants landmines. Minion, you can work with Paul on that, where to set them up. We're really allowed to put them wherever. But just make sure everything is safe and no one's going to get hurt because of a prop that we brought onto the field.
Minion, yes, that would work just fine.
And I know I don't have to tell you this, but I'd rather put that out there that I said be safe, don't be an idiot.
Don't be an idiot.
This is we all represent Dunedain. We want to be safe. We want to be a good commanding team. I feel that we are. We always play fair, and we're on new territory now, so we just need to continue being
But most
amazing and
importantly,
fair.
all of those things are important, but most importantly, we need to win.
Yeah, we need to win.
Dalton, are you back yet? Please
I
let me know
will
if you're
make
back.
you run suicides if we lose.
Oh my.
I'm just kidding.
Wow, she took it to a whole new level.
I'm just kidding. I feel we should all be running suicides actually, to get up that hill.
It's a hill.
It's a hill.
It's a hill. So we have a bunch of plans in our heads of what we're going to be doing. Not fully realized yet, but working on stuff. And I don't want to say any of it online because I don't want to make it public. But we got some stuff working towards the victory, taking on the big W for it. So, but yeah, the first hour and a half or so is just charging
up the hill.
This one hill. Okay, so Dalton is back. So I'm going to pause again because Dalton, I think you dropped out. You had mentioned that you wanted to be XO, or that you didn't even mention that you wanted to be. That you were going to be XO.
He said he was going to be XO for NAM.
For NAM, Mission Masters NAM. Do you want to be full general instead of XO?
And while he answers,
yeah.
I talked to Mary and James about this as well because we mentioned Paint the World. So if there is any stuff that you want to get rid of, if you were doing some spring cleaning while you were in quarantine, please bring old paintball stuff or stuff that can be used for paintball so that we can donate. Speaking of safety and us being on new territory as Dunedain and how we always play respectfully, Dean came up to me whilst playing and has always been impressed with us. That we play fair, that we play hard, that we're always involved in something, and he's really impressed with us as a team, and that's why we were put on the short list to be able to general his events. So all of you be proud of yourselves, that we are making Dunedain a good name, and that people are seeing how impressive we are. Not necessarily the skill of paintball that we have, although I believe that we do, but just that we bring good stuff to the field. So I'm proud of all of you.
Yeah, so keep up doing what you're doing. She's crying now.
I'm not crying. I'm watery-eyed.
She's crying now because
I'm a proud mama.
She's a proud paintball mama.
I'm a proud paintball mama. I know that we all work hard to play good paintball, to be awesome and to bring home the W. We usually do. But it's not always about the win. It's about playing a respectful, good game, and we do that. So I'm very proud of all of you.
She's crying. She's got to go wipe her eyes now. Dalton said, hell no, I like being on the front lines too much. Do you actually want to be XO, though? Like, are you taking that away from me? Which I'm perfectly fine with it if you are. And then Eric said, I lost a shoe for you, Dean, so thanks for the appreciation. Yeah, but what her point is that win or lose, we're a good team and good ambassadors of the game, and that's sure the two of us, but we're not the only people on the team. So we would not have that without you guys too. So keep up doing what you're doing. Let's keep that for the rest of this year and the rest of forever. So.
And let's win while we're at
it. Let's win while we're at it.
Let's win while we're at it.
But yeah, so back to our tour of Steeltown, they have where they typically play. Dalton, the XO and the General are both on the field at all times for Mission Masters.
Mission Masters, you are on the field regardless.
The General doesn't hang back in a tent or anything for Mission Masters. They're on the field.
You can be on. I actually would prefer you to be on the front line as the XO, because I think I mentioned this last week with Brandon. I'm a back player. I'll never be on the front line, and not because I can't be there. I'm afraid to be there. I have corgi legs. My legs aren't getting there. Sorry, it's just not gonna happen. I'd get there and then I'd pass out.
Yeah, as General, your responsibility is just commanding people. Telling them, making the plan, telling the people what the plan is, and then coordinating them, telling them where to go, and then leading people on the field. Leading on the field.
So I never lead from behind. I find that who's gonna listen to me? Go up there. That's not how I want to lead. So I make sure my XOs are on the front lines so they can lead and tell people to move up and push up and why am I here and you're not? Come with me. So that doesn't make me a hypocrite. We know a certain team that does that, and I don't want to be representative of that type of gameplay. So I make sure that I have other people yelling the charge for me so that I can just chill in my spot and do me.
Eric is very proud of you for your shield work.
Thank you.
Yeah, but I don't like being seen and behind enemy lines. Both need to be with the troops. Maybe another weekend. Whatever, I was just offering it to you.
You specifically was
were
like,
gonna...
I'm going to be XO.
Yeah, you didn't even ask that you wanted to be XO. You just said you were going to be XO. But anyway, so back to our tour. So the last time we were there, they basically had a speedball field, and then on the other side, they have 3 small hyperball fields / not woods ball, but I guess they're all hyperball, but one is made out of like blue barrels, the other one's made out of I think spools, and the last one is mostly wood pallets. But this time they still had those 3. The speedball had been converted to a hyperball very similar to what you'd find at Urban Assault for the ICC.
There was no speedball.
There was no speedball at all. And then the truly impressive part for me anyway was the other side of the land that Steeltown rents, which I knew they had a bunch of land that they weren't using. I just didn't realize how much. There's this big hillside, fairly extensive. It's like as much land as is over on those 4 fields is up on this hillside, and that's where the Viet Cong are going to be. Then there's the hill we're going to be running up, and then there's another portion, mostly flat, the same size as that hill, which has an octagon thing.
It's like an octagon castle. Then there's an actual
castle. Then there's a castle built out of
water buffaloes.
And then there's this hill where they have the final battle, much like they have at Living Legends, where you run up the hill and slap the stick. That'll be where the final battle is for this game as well. And then there's another portion that's down the hill again. I couldn't tell exactly how big it was, but it had to be at least a third the size of the top of the hill. Like I said, we didn't go down there, but it's pretty extensive as well.
Because you're allowed, from what he was telling me, you're allowed to. We have our big benefit, I feel, and not to give a lot of things away, but we have good flank space, and we spoke about boundary lines because nobody knows the boundary lines at 3 Rivers, and everybody's asking who's out of bounds, can I go here? And nobody can get you a straight answer. But I asked specifically because tape is going to be dropped after an hour and a half if it could be different colored tape, so that we know what is an official boundary line and what at some point will be dropped.
Not official, permanent.
Permanent?
They're all official.
Sorry.
One's permanent. One's semi. But one will be there for about 2 hours or so, and then it'll be dropped. So they will be different colors. He said he's going to get yellow and red. So I think the yellow will be permanent and the red will come down.
Yes, I believe that's what he said.
Yep. So it's big. There's a lot of space there. Your question of are we having a meeting for this event? Possibly. I hadn't actually really thought about it. We don't have to have a coordination meeting like we do with Ion because not really a lot of travel involved. It's here in Pittsburgh. But we may have
we may want to have a little
strategy.
Strategy
meeting.
Get food and talk specifically if we're gonna have a massive amount of props and what our props are gonna be and how best to use our props.
So we may. That hasn't been decided yet.
It won't be mandatory if we have one.
The reason that we're talking about it so early is twofold. One is the fact that it is our biggest game that we've ever commanded, and that's exciting. But also, It's going to be so close to NAMM, which we're also commanding. It's 2 weeks after that. There's not going to be a whole lot of time to promote it and talk about it and plan for it between those two games. It's only 2 weeks, one weekend, which we do plan on going. Most likely, both of us will be at Steeltown that weekend in between, looking at things and planning stuff out. All of you are welcome to join us for that if you want to. But yeah, so we're trying to talk about it now and get things going.
Because we got nothing else really to talk about.
Well, that's part of it too.
We can't plan for NAMM yet because
we don't know anything about it.
We don't know anything about it. We don't know the missions. I'm assuming that there's going to be a Hamburger Hill mission, though.
I don't think there is.
There's not. Anyway, regardless, we have no information about that. Ion is still up in the air because of what's going on. At 250, if it maxes at 250, who really wants to do that? That's not Ion to me. That's not.
Your dog wants to go out.
Come on, let's
Yeah, if
go.
they do cap it. So I think I mentioned before with Ion, there's a point at which they're not going to make any money. Even if they're allowed to hold the game, they have to have at least so many people there to make a profit. And if they're not able to, then they're not even going to have it. Supposedly, they're going to give an official word on the 20th of this month, which is the same day as Battle of the Pacific. So we'll get word on that, whether Ion's happening or not. And the sad news that A-Dog wanted to mention, which probably means nothing to most of you, is that our commander at Mayhem Company, Doug, is not attending for safety concerns. So that's her sad news.
That's
most of you don't know who he is, so
but he's a wonderful ginger. And I'm very sad that he is not attending. I told him that I would not throw down the puppy dog eyes because that's just not there. And he said they wouldn't work, and I was like, you haven't seen my puppy dog eyes, but that's a whole.
We're attempting to get Mayhem Company to come to this game. I posted on Mayhem's website or the Facebook page, and I got a whole bunch of people that seemed interested. So hopefully we'll get a whole contingent of Mayhem Company joining us as well. That'll be fun. So those are not locals, obviously, but they'll still be on our side. And
they're
like
local enough. Not really, not
like
at all.
I said, they are capping at 400, which means 200 on our team. I don't know how much of an issue that's going to be. 400 is a pretty big size game for our city.
I think for that field, but I don't really know.
But Blues Cruise alone is going to have at least 50, I think. So possibly it will be an issue. Hopefully it is. That'd be pretty cool if we get 400 filled out. So register sooner rather than later. Again, it's $30 for registration. So it's not much, and that includes air. That includes admission for both days. It includes camping. Doesn't include paint, but
paint's
why would it?
Everything about this game is cheap.
It's fairly cheap.
You can't go to any scenario one day that's $30, let alone two. You're gonna have opportunities to be able to do some speedball if that's what you want to do, or I guess more so hyperball. If you want to snipe it out, you got those opportunities. So there's, I think, a little bit for everybody. I'm excited. I'm nervous, but excited, and
it should be good. But it'll be locals versus everybody else. So that'll be fun.
Well, unless Mayhem comes, because there's everybody in Mayhem is primarily a Bostonian. Not really a Bostonian, Massachusettsite. I don't know. I don't know what you call a Massachusetts.
Most of them? I think that's wrong.
Casey, Big John, Little John, Zach, PJ, that guy that slept on his shoe outside. I think he was from Boston or Massachusetts.
About right. He's from the other M.
He's from the other M.
Maryland. Well,
There's not enough weed in this state, right?
is that what it is?
No, I don't know. I'm just kidding.
That's possible. That's certainly a possibility.
Are we stationing these people?
Stationing?
No, never mind.
I don't understand the
Well,
question.
it depends on when they come in.
What do you mean stationing?
I don't got enough room for all those Massachusetts.
You mean are they staying with us? That's not stationing. I don't know what that.
I don't know. Never mind.
I don't understand the
I
question.
don't understand what I'm talking about.
You're just making words up now.
I am now just
You're just
making up words.
You're just saying sounds and
Yes.
assuming that a real word will come out.
Well, that's how words start.
Is it? Is it?
Yeah, I think it is.
Okay, I'll allow it. So that's what's going on. That is basically what we know so far for that game. More details will come out soon, hopefully.
Anything else that we do know, we're probably not going to go live with it.
Yeah. So if you have questions about the game, truly about like ideas and things like that, or gameplay specifics, feel free to text us or message us because we're not going to say it online because it may affect the actual game, and so we don't want to make it public.
If you guys want to come out to the field and we do a test run as a team just to see where our best strategies are, especially with shield play, we definitely encourage that of us all just to go out and kind of do a quick layout of the field.
Yeah, let's do it. Everyone get in contact with me. Anyone who has not already paid for their jersey, please send us the money because we want to order the jerseys, and we're not going to put the order in until we have all the payments. So,
And right now
I know Dalton. You said you
Dalton
paid.
just got it.
Eric
Minion paid it right before Dalton. We have Nicole and Mike.
So we need
So we're waiting on
Colin.
Colin.
We need Jake.
Jake.
We need Paul. And
There was 9, and then you and I.
Yeah. So is that it?
So we just need Colin, Jake, and Paul.
Colin, Jake, and Paul. Get on it. Send me money.
And Minion would prefer a meeting, so we absolutely can have a meeting.
Yeah,
That's not a problem
It's pretty
at all.
simple for us to have a meeting. We, like I said, we'll definitely be at the field the weekend before to scope things out. So if you want to come to that, we can then
We
come.
can make that a whole meeting.
We can make that a meeting. We can meet there, or we can meet somewhere nearby, like a restaurant, or we come to our house and have the meeting afterward or beforehand. Probably afterward. Weeman the One. Hi, Weeman the One.
Hi,
It's
Weeman the One.
going very well. I don't know who that is.
I don't know who that is.
But he wants to know how it's going.
It's it's going.
It's going
It's
very
not
well.
stopping.
It's not stopping. It is.
Time stops
it
for
is
no man.
going that way. But yes, we will have a meeting. If you want to have a meeting, absolutely we'll have a meeting. We could even do a Zoom meeting if you wanted to. I'm fine with that. Like that's probably what we're going to be doing for Ion. Although there's only 3 of us going, I think, so that's just easy because Dalton's up in, BFE.
You'll call Dalton at 9 o'clock in the morning just to bother him. Like, hey, it's time for a meeting.
I do. I like to bother him.
You repped for our group at Three Rivers, and I fought alongside you at Ion last year.
Oh well, hello.
Hi. Well, that's exciting.
That is
Are
very
you
exciting.
coming back to Ion?
Well, that's nice.
Well, wonderful. Welcome.
Welcome. That we do this all the time. Now that the season has actually started because of the fact that things are opening up again.
And I'm assuming when you say yes that
That's Ion.
Yes, no, I knew that I was on. I just meant that he was going to be German again.
Yeah. German Mayhem Company, I hope.
Follow my cuteness.
Follow
into
her
battle.
cuteness. If you didn't know, Adog is second in command for the German army this year, so if they still have Ion, which we'll find that out on the 20th.
Excellent.
There you go. Nice.
Works for me.
Well, if you want to join Mayhem, please do. I
This
think I
is
can put-
exciting. I am so excited about this. Thank you for joining
Let's
us.
see if I can put the Mayhem link on here, and you can join Mayhem here. Let's see. What do I need?
We got new people. I'm so excited about this.
Oh, there it is. I found it. Don't worry, I found it.
You got this.
I got this.
Look how cute we are.
No, that's not what I need. I need to.
Share.
I pressed share, and that's what it gave me. Okay, well, if you just go onto Facebook and type in
Can
Mayhem
you invite somebody?
Company. Let's see. Can I copy it this way? Maybe I can do that. Paste.
I
There
will
we go.
send good money as soon as possible.
So feel free to join Mayhem Company. Good money.
Don't-
Money. as soon
I
as
love you
possible.
so much.
Yeah,
Don't.
don't do that. You bother me a lot. I don't get it.
I don't know.
What's bothering Dalton? What's bothering
it
Dalton?
doesn't- I don't know. I'm assuming something that Jake from State Farm said.
Oh, anyway, so just a quick recap for you, wee man, the one. On the 20th of this month is World War II Battle of the Pacific, which we will be at, but we're not commanding. We don't know which team yet. That's at Three Rivers. And then Ion possibly happening. We're finding out if that's happening or not the same day, the 20th.
They are.
And then after that is the game we're commanding at Three Rivers by Mission Masters, which is NAM, Tour of Duty. Feel free to come to that. We encourage you to do so. She's general.
Also Three Rivers. Did you say?
Also Three Rivers. And then the big one, which is locals versus everybody else, which is at Steeltown Paintball, August 29th and 30th. And if you're going to come to just one, that's the one to come to. And register sooner rather than later, because they're capping the game at 400.
And
so.
we are Americans, or South Vietnam, or the Allied side.
Good night,
Good
Dalton.
night, Dalton.
Yeah, we're closing up for the night anyway, so. Do you like the good money, Dan?
Does that mean that you're going to give me $141? Because you're doubling everything? Because I'll take that.
Yeah, if you're giving us twice as much money, then yes, I very much like that. Sounds good to me. And apparently Eric is... I bother Dalton? What did I do? That's rude. Eric's going to be getting
He
laminate
adores
flooring to make the shields tomorrow. Laminate flooring? You're going to make shields out of laminate flooring? I'm not sure. You're going to make shields out of laminate flooring. Well, in any case, that cool,
Pictures?
I guess.
Or it didn't happen?
Okay.
Okay.
I'm okay. If it works, it works. Sounds good to me.
Minion, we trust you with the shields.
Do the shields. Do it real good. Well, that's pretty much all I had for the night. Do you have anything?
No.
Your dog's barking again. Well, if anyone has anything they want to talk about, speak now or hold your peace until next week. Because we're out of stuff. We're out of stuff to talk about. Anybody? Anybody at all? Stupid delay. It doesn't seem like anyone does. I mean, there is a delay, but it's been a little while. So I'll go ahead and say goodnight to everybody.
Good night, everybody.
Good night, everybody. And thank you for joining us, Wee Man the One, who... It's nice to see you on here, and it's nice to know that I've obviously met you, but yeah, I'd have to actually probably see you to recognize you. So, yeah, those landmines look good, Eric. So go with it.
Are you small? Because I enjoy the petite, the pleasantly petite people, and wee man, he could be pleasantly petite, and I'm okay with that.
Anyway, good night, everybody.
Good night.